What's good, everybody? We back. Been a long hiatus. Rails Rants Reloaded. I am D-Rail. What we're going to get into today, we're going to talk about the coronavirus. We're going to talk about vaccines. We're going to talk about freedom of choice. And we're going to talk about people that's pressuring other people into getting a vaccine and putting things in place that are forcing people to do things that they probably really don't want to do. First, I would like if you could like and subscribe, hit the notification bell button and all of that stuff. It would help me. It would help the channel. Also, if you're trying to make some money, get some money, get into stocks, investing, I'm gonna have a Robinhood link in the description. You can hit that. I think right now they're giving away 3 free stocks, which is pretty dope. Like, you're really not doing anything to get these stocks. You're just signing up. You don't even have to fund the account. After you get your stocks, you can cash out. You probably got to pay taxes on it, but the stocks won't be that big of a thing. But anyway, like I said, that's going to be a little free gift for you. It's going to be in the descriptions. Now, let's get into it. It is August 2021. I think today is the 7th. And what's going on right now with this coronavirus situation is pretty much the media, the president, and a lot of people that are pro-vaccine are vaccine shaming people that do not want to get the vaccine. My viewpoint on it is a lot of questions that need to be asked and answered. With that being said, I'm not for the vaccine. I'm not anti-vaccine. I'm not pro-vaccine. I just know that I don't want to put something in my body that can make me sicker or make me sick. I already had the coronavirus. I already had it in December. It's horrible. Can't breathe. Your chest is daggone tight. You're fatigued. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. With that being said, it's like this, man. You can't force people, especially in the United States. You shouldn't force people to do something you don't want to do. In this country, and just in general, in the world, when something is being forced upon somebody, or they want you to do something without forcing you to do it, they start running campaigns. And right now what we're seeing is a campaign to tell people that they should get vaccinated. The president himself, Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, literally said, if you get the vaccine, you don't have to wear a mask. Then, with this Delta variant shit he's saying, he never said that. And it's on tape that he did say that. Now they're saying that people that got the vaccine can be spreaders of the coronavirus. How can you spread a virus that is put in your body to protect you from a virus? Pretty much they put these viruses, or they put these vaccines in people, and what the vaccine does is mimic the movements of the virus in your body. And what your body is supposed to do is fight it off and come up with natural antibodies. It's like it's tricking its biology. Now you have people that are taking the vaccine that I know personally. I know 2 people that took the vaccine and wound up getting sick, had to call out from work. First time they got the shot, they got sick. Second time they got the shot, they got sick. Now, this might not happen for everybody, but I'm seeing a trend. When you look into the news or you look into the media, they'll always talk about the people that got the coronavirus were unvaccinated. Now, my thing is this. If somebody get the coronavirus, can't you just give them the vaccine and it'll start working? I'm not a scientist. I don't know how it works. Number 3, I don't trust the science because it seems like they're backpedaling on a whole bunch of stuff that they're saying. And if I can't get a straight answer from you, I really don't trust you. And then you have social media, and these social media influencers and superstars and rappers. Everybody's pushing the agenda. You got Facebook pushing the agenda, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. All of these companies are pro-vaccine because they're doing fact checks, and a lot of the stuff, the content that they have, some of these commercials that they have on these platforms are not even paid sponsored commercials. These are just pop-ups that's coming up trying to mind fuck you to get the goddamn vaccine. Now, if you don't want to get the vaccine, that should be your choice. Then you have people that think down on people that want to make their own decision about something. People will say stuff like, if you're not getting vaccinated, you're not doing your part. That's a whole bunch of bullshit. They're not showing the numbers of the people that got vaccinated and died. They're not showing the numbers of the people that got vaccinated and then wind up still getting the fucking virus. I know a couple of people that got vaccinated personally and wind up getting sick. But these numbers will never be put in the public because it would go against the campaign that they're trying to push on the United States. Then you got the president. Fucking, and I voted for this dude, and I only voted for him and Kamala Harris so they could get Trump out. You know, it was the lesser of two evils. But now this dude is being very disrespectful. He literally said, and I quote, "If you didn't take the virus, you're not as smart as I thought you were." That's very disrespectful. That's very bold. That's very bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That's not the way you get reelected. At the end of the day, they gave out two things of stimulus checks and PPP loans. This country, the United States, is all about money. It's about ownership and slaves. Slaves are the ones that work. The people that own the daggone companies own the slaves. That's pretty much what it is. Now, in order to keep this country running, the economy has to keep on moving. They were so set, and it's funny because they blame the people that don't want to get vaccinated. But then the CDC says people that are vaccinated can spread the virus to others unvaccinated or vaccinated. So that's a big a caveat right there. But with that being said, it's like you wanted to open back up the country by July 4th. Right now it's August 6th. I wanted to make this video at the end of July, but I had stuff going on. They were adamant about opening back up the country by July 4th, meaning no mask, things go back to regular social distance, this, that, and the third. Now, between July 4th, when we had Independence Day, people going to pools, beaches, parties, people outside barbecuing, not practicing social distancing, this, that, and the third. Then when I wanted to make the video around July 28th, all of a sudden all of these mandates are coming back in. You need to wear a mask. If you're vaccinated, you're a super spreader. Then they start saying if the main problem with people getting the coronavirus is unvaccinated people, which I think is a crock of bullshit. But they never make the United States government, the CDC, and the powers that be, the people that say trust the science, they never held them accountable. Because for 30 days, July 4th, that's when you wanted to open back up, to about the 28th, 29th. It's August 6th right now, August 7th, whatever the date is. Y'all wanted things to go back to regular. And of course, if you telling people that it's okay not to wear a mask. And my thing is, I'm not anti-mask. I just feel that the masks that they give people or try to sell people are bullshit. If you can breathe through it and the breath could hit you, you can still inhale stuff and you know it's airborne. But like I said, 30 days, the cases started going up, and they're talking about it's a Delta variant. I don't even think it's a Delta variant. I think that's just another scare tactic, and you can call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever you want. But I think that is just something that they put out there to scare people, to force them into getting these COVID shots. But you're not taking responsibility that you opened back up the United States. The United States was opened back July 4th. And now, 30 days later, 20-something days later, cases are starting to rise. And now you want to start shaming people. The first wave of shaming was, okay, you know, these people in the urban areas, the black areas, they're not getting vaccinated. They need to get vaccinated. Try to make them the scapegoats, like they always do. It's always some sort of It's the black people that are not doing it. But again, I live in the country. I live in rural Georgia, white redneck Georgia. So you never held accountable the people at Walmart. And I made a video about this. People going to Walmart and not putting on their masks. Or they'll put their mask on and then when they get through the front, then they'll take it off. Now, all of a sudden, they are stopping people at Walmart and asking them to put on a mask because of the Delta variant. But at the same time, when the COVID crisis was going on and things were really on lockdown like it was a couple of months ago, y'all had no problem. Y'all took the money. Because if y'all really wanted to keep people safe, you would deny people the right to cash out if they didn't have a mask on. They should be walking around the store making sure people put their mask on. But like I said, and it's not a white or black thing, but they had a whole bunch of white people walking through that store. Mind you, I live in redneck Georgia, not Atlanta no more. In the rural areas, people would do what they asked them to do just to get through the door. And right when they got through the door, right when they get to the produce aisle or out of eyesight, they take the mask off, and nobody held them people accountable. Now you want to say, oh, it's because people in urban areas are not vaccinated the way they should be. Come on, man. Read Bad Blood about the daggone Tuskegee experiments. When they was giving people syphilis and all of this stuff. Something just ain't adding up. And the powers that be will not put themselves in a situation where they are looked at as being wrong. The science is wrong, and they don't know what they're fucking doing. Because yeah, they run the country. Sometimes they run the world, but they can't have it in the eyes of the people that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And this is a huge fucking problem. You also got people that are pro-vaccine that don't want to hear. Look, at the end of the day, if you get a vaccine, that's your choice. That's your business. You have to do what's best for you and your family. I can't debate that. But you also have to respect someone else that doesn't agree with what you did. Not even agree with what you did. Have a different viewpoint of not getting vaccinated. Instead of trying to talk down on them. Trying to act like you're more educated than they are. And then when you look at CNN and CNBC, Fox News, listen to the BBC or any of the news media outlets, it's like on Monday, it's the urban people's fault, people in urban areas' faults that people are getting the Delta variant because they're unvaccinated. Then come Wednesday, the CDC is leaving a statement saying, okay, due to the fact that, or we need y'all to put masks back on because people that are vaccinated that shouldn't be getting the coronavirus, people that are vaccinated, they can be super spreaders. And it's like, okay, you just said one thing and then you just went left with something else. So you literally totally contradicted everything you say. How about just saying, you know what? We got these vaccines right now. It's your choice to take them. We don't know if they work or not. They're throwing darts at the wall to see what sticks. You got people literally being human guinea pigs, in my opinion. Because how can you get something? How can you get vaccinated for something and still catch the same disease that you got vaccinated for? Then they say, oh, it's the Delta variant. But they could call it a Delta variant, but they can't differentiate when they testing you the regular variant or the Delta variant. So to me, it's like it's a whole bunch of bullshit. And you wonder why white folks storm the Capitol and this, that, and the third. Because they tired of bullshit. And there's a lot of people tired of bullshit. Like I said, you can have your own opinion, your own way of life, and your own way of thinking. And at the end of the day, again, I reiterate, you must do what's good for you, best for you, and what's best for your family. But don't judge me for the choices that I make. Because at the end of the day, now it seems like the people that are vaccinated or have a higher probability of hurting people that are vaccinated and unvaccinated. So what does that say about the vaccine? The shit don't work. This shit ain't working. You got these big companies out here testing stuff so it can work. They're trying to get it to work. I believe they're trying to get it to work. But it don't work yet. And that's the fucking problem. You can't have the President of the United States, celebrities, B-list celebrities, like that dude Michael Rappaport, talking shit, trying to shame people. You took the fucking daggone vaccine. Why you worrying about me? You know why you worrying about me now? Because now that you took it, you know you fucking could get me hot. You could daggone take me out. Because what they put in you is now spreading to people that ain't vaccinated or people that are vaccinated. So what's the use of having a vaccine? Maybe the United States need to hold themselves accountable and say, you know what? We should have shut it down for a couple of more months. The masks don't work unless they're N95 masks. And everybody doesn't have access to N95 masks. So pretty much you're doing this. And if you can smell it, if you can inhale it, you can catch it. This might piss some people off. It might get on some people's nerves. Some people might agree. Some people might disagree. I'm not here to irritate people. I'm here to give my input on this situation. And it's a very bad situation. It's a critical situation. Like I said, I'm not one of these people that never got COVID. I had it. I understand it. And they're also not giving out the numbers of people that had COVID and caught it again. See, it's a lot of questions that need to be answered. And us, civilians, we're not in a position to ask these questions to the powers that be, to the governors and the head of the CDC and the Dr. Fauci's and the presidents of the United States. And the people that we voted for to represent us, they're not giving out that information either or relaying these questions and coming back with answers. They're just doing what they think is best for us. And nobody can put themselves in a position to do what they think is best for you. You have to do what you think is best for you. Don't let people control you into doing something that you're not agreeing with. You got people that have jobs that are being put on the sideline and being told, look, either you take the vaccine or you lose your job. Or either you take the vaccine or you get tested once a week. They're trying to make people very uncomfortable. And they're saying it's your choice, but it seems like they're forcing people's hands. And that is not freedom. That is not the freedom of choice. That is forcing. That is coercion. That is, you know what? If you don't do this, we're going to take away that. That's not right. They're doing it in jobs. They're doing it in schools. Main reason, trying to get this channel up to speed and make it something that's mine and not have to depend on a job that's going to tell me if I don't do this, I'm going to lose this. Rails Rants Reloaded. Hope you liked the video. If you can, like, subscribe, share again. Also, don't forget to get your free stock on Robinhood. If you a regular investor or a options trader, I'm going to leave the link in the description. It's free. Click it, sign up. You get 3 free stocks. That's the promotion they're doing right now. I'll holla at y'all later. Peace.